Lauren Holman and his son set out for their day of fishing from the docks at Nitnat Lake on Vancouver Island. Nitnat is a world-famous tidal lake located on the west side of the island. The lake empties out into the ocean through a gap.
And we went down the lake and it was calm and it was beautiful. And we went through the gap and entered the ocean front where the lake drains into the ocean. And we're confronted by huge, unbelievable rollers where they met the river current going into the ocean there.
At this point, Lauren should have turned his boat around to face the gap.
That was a mistake I made. I never did that. I went out and I put my boat in reverse instead. And I thought I was sitting still, but I wasn't, until I looked sideways and I noticed the shoreline moving very rapidly. And I looked in front of me, and by this time I was right in an area, a gray area, where it's point of no return. I couldn't turn around. I knew it. So I held my boat in full reverse, hoping that the big wave in front of me would lay down, and then I'd climb the top of it, go behind it, and do the same thing to the next one. But when I put my motor in full reverse, the water came over the back of the boat, and I was afraid of my boat being flooded now. Now I was in twice the trouble.
Tom Walton is no stranger to the area. As a fishing guide, he's taken anglers through the pass many times before and is very familiar with the waters.
As we were heading down towards what we call the river, and as we were going down, two boats came to our right and they were coming up the river, and one guy in one of the boats was pointing and yelling at us. They went down, and then I spotted two people pop up out in the water.
Apparently the boat went straight up like this, and it went straight up, and went right up about 15 or 20 feet, and it went right over backwards and landed upside down, and the wave came on top of it, completely crushed it. It never surfaced, it totally disappeared.
It knocked me out on impact, and I popped up and took a big breath, and the waves kept pushing me down and down and down, probably about 4 or 5 times.
And I went down to the bottom of the ocean, I would say about 6 or 7 times, pounded back down to the bottom. If that had been any other jacket or anything that didn't have the strength that had, it would have been ripped right off my body.
I could see that Lauren was the worst one off of the pair. His face was going into the water, so he was having trouble breathing, and you could see his arms weren't moving too much. And I said, keep an eye for that next big wave. Let me know if it's coming, because we're going to have to get out of here. And just as I pulled up, I shut my engine off too, because I knew if we took a wave and my engine was running, it would have killed my engine if it went underneath the water. So I got Jason in the boat, and Max said, hurry up, it's coming. And I reached over, started the engine, and just hammered it into gear, and we went right up over the wave. We were lucky we just made it over that one. Otherwise it would have buried us all.
Jason suffered a broken wrist as a result of the ordeal, and both men were badly cut and bruised. But thanks to the courage of Tom Walton and his partner Max McDougall, they were lucky to be alive.